All right, so we're ready to begin game one of the bowl-bound tournament. That's the Penn State Nittany Lions of 1969 versus the 1967 Oklahoma Sooners. And let's talk about the teams first of all. Penn State. I'm just going to read this down here, kind of refresh your memory from 1969. Penn State became the nation's second-ranked team in 1969 thanks to an overwhelming defense led by two All-Americas, Mike Reed, the piano-playing tackle, and linebacker Dennis Onkotz, a biophysics major. The defensive unit intercepted 24 passes and recovered 21 fumbles and became a scoring machine all on its own. It either scored or set up 107 points while allowing opponents only 56. For the second year in a row, the Nittany Lions were undefeated over their 10 regular season games and won the Orange Bowl. On New Year's night in Miami, the Lions secondary intercepted Missouri passes. Seven Missouri passes. Okay, remember that. 7 Missouri passes. To provide State with a thrilling 10-3 victory. Seven interceptions, and they won 10-3. So either their offense is just not very good, or Missouri's defense is really good. So they won 10-3. 3 strong, quick backs did the offensive work during the season. The best was halfback Charlie Pittman, who shattered Lenny Moore's school scoring record with 31 touchdowns. So there's Penn State. So Oklahoma was not even favored to win the 1967 Big 8 championship, but the Sooners swept through a 9-1 season, earned a 3rd spot in the nation's polls, and edged number 2 Tennessee in the Orange Bowl. The Oklahoma defense was the toughest to score against in the country. Anchored by All-America middle guard Granville Liggins, it shut out 4 opponents and yielded just 68 points. Meanwhile, first-year coach Chuck Fairbanks established a freewheeling offense. Sophomore Steve Owens and Ron Schatz alternated at tailback and became the Big Eight's best backs, collectively scoring 114 points and grinding out 1,534 yards. Rollout quarterback Bobby Warmack, I think I said Steve Owens was the quarterback. Bobby Warmack was the quarterback, led the team on 19 touchdown drives, over 60 yards, and was equally adept at keeping the ball, pitching it or passing along to Steve Zabel and Eddie Hinton. So there's a rundown of the two teams. Let's see who's going to get the ball first. There was something else that I did not mention in that first video. I can't for the life. I was thinking about it and I can't remember what it was now. You know, the D20 is going to call the defense. Oh, that's right. As far as timing the game, I'm not going to time the game. First quarter, that's what it was. First quarter is 1 possession each. Second quarter is 2 possessions each. Third quarter is 1 possession each. Fourth quarter is going to depend on the score. If they're tied, it'll be 1 possession each, guaranteed. If still tied, then we'll go into overtime. If one team is down 2 possessions, they'll get 2 possessions each. Obviously, if the team is down 1 possession, if they don't score in their first possession, game's over. Or if the other team scores in their first possession, game's over. Because they won't be able to come back. So that's how it's going to work. Let's see who gets the ball first. Penn State gets a 9. And they both get a 9. So Penn State's going to roll again. 17. Oklahoma with a 4. Penn State will... What are they going to do? Are they going to kick or are they going to receive? They're going to kick. where are we playing? Does it really matter? It's a neutral field. So Penn State is going to kick to Oklahoma, and they'll get the ball first in the second half. So here we go with the kickoff. Actually, I got to get the kickoff here. When they get a 10. 10 on the kickoff is 61 yards. You kick off from the 40. So that's going to be 1 yard deep in the end zone. Now you can take a touchback, or they can try to return it. They're feeling a little cocky. They're going to return it. 35. 35 kick return is 18 yards and out of bounds. Doesn't really matter. So from the end zone, we're going to count it 18 yards. Or do we count it 18 to there? Because it was 1 yard deep. That's what we're going to do. 17-yard line, 1st and 10, Oklahoma. There's my yard marker. There's my downs. It's actually off the board. 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 17, Oklahoma. And they will go with they're going to go counter play. D20 says a 4. Let me get my chart out. Duh, come on. Gotta get that chart. Apologize. 4 is E. Pass prevent long. So pass prevent long is Penn State's defense, but they're going to run a counter. And it's a 16 and sorry, I'm rolling the dice off the board there. 16 and a 3. So 16 on a counter is a 2. And then a 3 is blank. So 2 yard gain. So 2nd and 8, Oklahoma from the 19-yard line. 2nd and 8, they'll go with a sprint out play. 2nd and 8, 10 is going to be another E. So pass prevent, long pass prevent doesn't mean like they're in a prevent defense. It means just they're trying to prevent a long pass is their number one priority, I guess. And pass prevent short, that doesn't mean they're in a pass prevent defense. Okay, that's just what the way they call it. So sprint out and a 36 and a 2. 36 sprint out is a 5 and then a 2. 2 under 7 is, move that up a little bit, is blank. So 5 yard gain. And it's going to be 3rd and 3. Where were they? They were they got a 3 yard gain or 2 yard gain. They're on the 17, 19, and then a 5 yard gain, so 24. It's hard to see. I got a glare there. So 3rd and 3, right? 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3. What are they going to do? They're going to go counter play again. And we have a 1. That's going to be a blitz, I believe. Yep. Blitz. Try to move the defense up. Man, this thing gets out of whack all the time. I'm trying to get everything on the screen and it's kind of hard. So a counter against the blitz. We have a 33 and a 2. 33 is a 3. And a 2 is a +1, so that's 4 yards. So they get the 1st down. let's see, with a 2, 5, so they should be right there. 28-yard line. 1st and 10, Oklahoma, 28-yard line. And they're going to run an option. Against the 20 is going to be 20 is short yardage gaps. So 29 and a 2. 29 under option is fumble. And a 2. Option's 5. So 2 is blank. So it is a fumble right there. Let's see who gets the ball. They got a 13. Fumble is recovered 10 to 29, so they did recover. But it's going to be 2nd and 10. There was no gain on the play. The ball fumbled right there. So that's what you get when you run that option, flipping that ball around a little bit. So 2nd and 10, they're going to run a bootleg. So bootleg versus a 1's going to be a blitz. Bootleg versus a blitz. And we get a 26 and a 4. 26, bootleg, quarterback run. So the quarterback's going to keep it. And a 4 under 8. Is INT, so let me check that. INT and a QR. We got QR and INT. So it is a pick. Possible pick. Because the interception overrules the QR. And it was a 4. Cute. Wait a minute. Yeah. Interception, 10 yards downfield. So now let's check the interception return. 35. The interception return is no gains tackled right there, 10 yards downfield. So at the 40 or 30, that's the 38-yard line of Oklahoma. Penn State with an interception as Warmack throws a pick. And we read Penn State is a very good defensive secondary. They picked off a lot of passes. So they're in business. So that's all for OU in the first quarter. That was their one possession. Penn State has the ball. They're going to do a counter play against the 19. It's going to be short yardage gaps for Oklahoma. 32 counter and a 2. 6 yards and a 2 is -1, so 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 Penn State from the 33-yard line of Oklahoma. What are they going to run? How about another counter? A 5. 2nd and 5, and a 5 is blitz. So OU's bringing some heat. Penn State running the counter. 21 is blank. And a 1 is blank, so no gain. 3rd down and 5. Upcoming for Penn State. 3rd and 5, let's see. Let's go drop back. Quarterback drop back pass. And we get an 18 for the defense. And that is going to be, unfortunately, that's going to be short yardage gaps. 18 to 20 is the short yardage gaps. So you may be caught off guard here thinking Penn State was going to run it. They're going to drop back. 24, roll the defense. 2. 24 is quarterback trapped. And a 2 is blank, so we'll roll. And we get a 1 and a 5 is 15. And a 6-yard gain. 6-yard gain, so 1st and 10, Penn State at the 27-yard line. If I'm off on my yardage, forgive me, that's probably going to happen. 1st and 10, Penn State on the at the 27-yard line of Oklahoma. Now what are they going to run? They're going to run they're going to stick with that counter play. Stick with that counter, and an 18 is under 1st and 10 is going to be short yardage gaps. So a 16 and a 1. 16 on a counter is blank, and a 1 is blank, so no gain. 2nd and 10, OU stuffs them. Let's see, let's go sprint out. 2nd and 10, sprint out, and a 20. 20 is going to be a C. Short yardage wide. Short yardage wide on a sprint out. 39. That's as high as you can get. 5. That's as high as you can get. So sprint out is 7. And that's a 1. It's off the board. I'm sorry. It's a 1. And then OU's short yardage wide is quarterback trapped. So let's look at the priority chart. So they had a number, a green number, and then a quarterback trap is quarterback trapped. That's the result. So we'll roll again, look under quarterback trap. 33 minus 9 yards. So the OU defense rears its ugly head. 27-yard line. Back to the 36, and we get 3rd and 19. There it is. 3rd and 19, so they'll go drop back. And then a 20 on 3rd and long is going to be standard defense. Standard defense versus a drop back. We get a 15. That's an 11-yard gain so far. What does the defense have to say about that? A 1 is blank. Again, that was an 11-yard pickup. So from the 36 to the 25-yard line, and it's going to be 4th and 8. 4th and 8 from the 28. I don't think their field goal kicker is very good. Let's see, field goals for Penn State. Maximum field goal distance is 18 yards. And now before you go crazy, that means from the end zone, the end line, not the back of the end zone, but the goal line. So 18 yards, and they're outside of field goal range, which is kind of crazy, but this day and age. So they're going to go for it with another drop back pass. Looks like their best bet, probably. Drop back pass. And it's 4th down, which I don't really have a situational 4th down. I'll use 3rd and long. Same thing, 6. Is going to be pass prevent short. Versus drop back 24 and a 1. 24 and a dropbacks, quarterback trapped. So the OU defense is getting in there. And then a 1 is blank. So we'll go quarterback trap. Can he get out of it? 22. Oh, quarterback trap, sorry. 12-yard loss. You know, if you just would have thrown the ball away, they would have gotten the ball right there. But instead, you basically gave him another 12 yards. So 25, 37-yard line. And it's OU's ball. As we head to the second quarter, no score after 1. So OU's ball. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. I mean, this thing is hard to keep. And I really should write everything down, but I don't want to. Okay. OU's ball, 1st and 10 from their own 37. How about an option play resulted in a fumble, but they're going to run the option again. Option versus an 8 is short yardage wide. So not a bad defensive call there. And a 10-13 and a 4. 13 versus an option is 3 yards. And a 4 is -1, so 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8, OU, let's see. Let's go drop back. Now let's go bootleg. Bootleg on 3, ready? And a 6 for the defense is going to be pass prevent short. Bootleg. And a 26 is quarterback run. And a 3. 3 under 8 is -3 yards. But I think that is nullified. Quarterback run versus a red number. Here, well, let's see. You got to figure out what the quarterback's running first. What his yardage is. So it's not nullified. 36. 36 under quarterback run is 13 yards. So with the -3, that's 10 yards, 10-yard gain. First down, they're at the 39, so up to the 49-yard line goes Oklahoma, 1st and 10 from their own 49. What are they going to call here? They're going to call a line plunge versus a blitz. It's down here, you can't see it. I'll move it up. Line plunge, 23 and a 3. 23 is 6-yard gains and 6-yard gain and out of bounds, and a 3 is -2, so 4-yard gain. So from the 49, that's to the 43. Or wait a minute. That's 1 yard. 2, 3, 49. Down to the 48. Down to the 48 of Penn State. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6 from the 47-yard line of Penn State. We got it now. And I'm dropping dice everywhere. Let's see. Let's run a... Man, it's hard to figure sometimes. Let's run a counter. Counter and a 3 is And we're at 2nd and 6 is blitz again. Hopefully it's a run blitz. 3, 34, and a 3. 34 and a counter is 1, and a 3 and a counter is 2 with parentheses, so that's minus 2 yards. 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 from the 49 of Penn State, so they'll go, could go screen, but screen just doesn't look very tempting. Let's go drop back. 3rd and long. We get a 6. Pass prevent short. And we get a 15. And a 3. 15 and drop back is a 13-yard gain. And a 3 on a drop back is actually incomplete. Let's see which one wins out. I think it should be incomplete. So we had a green number. And the defense had a black. Incomplete. It is incomplete. So 4th down from the 49. That's going to be a punt for OU. And it's going to be a 17 on the punt. And that's 48 yards. Wow. Nice punt. Because from the 49, it's going to put it down to the 1. Penn State on the punt return. Thirty-seven punt. I gotta look back here. What am I doing? 37. Punt return is 3 yards. So up to the 4-yard line. 1st and 10. Penn State from their own 4. Nice punt. And they tried to let it go in the end zone, but it rolled dead at the 1, and I guess you could leave it there or you could try to return it. They tried to pick it up and return it. Got a couple. 3. So OU's had 1 possession. Here in the 2nd, Penn State now with their first possession of the 2nd quarter. 1st and 10. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? They're going to run a... They're going to run a counter backed up to their own goal line. So counter with an 11. Defense is going to be a standard defense. So a 34 and a 2. 34 and a counter plus 2. And then a 2 is minus 1. So 1 yard. 2nd and 9. Where's those big running backs that Penn State had? Those running backs. Let's go. I suppose the more you played with these teams, the more you could figure out some things. Let's go another counter. Let's try another counter. We got to get out of our shadow here. Get some yardage here. A 4 is going to be a blitz. So OU's bringing some heat here on the counter play. 37 and a 2. 37 counter is a B, which is breakaway. So we'll roll again under breakaway. Wow. There's the, let's see what the defense has here. A 2, which is nothing. Blank. So let's check on here, prior B or number. versus blank. So we'll add, it is a breakaway by one of the backs, one of those great backs that I was just harping on. The 13. 13, it's a 27-yard gain. As he breaks free, 27 yards. So there's 10, 20, 7 up to the 32-yard line where he's brought down from behind. 1st and 10 Penn State from their own 32. Nice. Nice run there by, I can't remember his name. Charlie Pittman. Charlie Pittman, 27-yard gain. Should write it down, but I'm not. So there. Let's try that counter again. By golly, we're going to stick with it. We're going to pound it. 6. 6 is he pass prevent long on a 1st and 10. So OU is expecting a deep pass. Doesn't mean they can't stop the run. 23 and a 2. 2's blank. 23 counter is 2-yard gain. Up to the 34-yard line. 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8. Let's go counter again. You think I knew, you think that you knew that I knew, but that you knew, but you don't know. 7. 7's going to be D, pass prevent short. 2nd and 8. Counter play, 30, 36. And a 1, 36. It's going to be 4 yards. And then a 1 is nothing, so 4-yard gain. We have 3rd and 1, 2, 4 yards. 3rd and 4 upcoming for Penn State. So kind of a tricky situation here. 3rd and 4. Blah, blah, blah. Let's go sprint out. I like the looks of sprint out a little better than bootleg. So let's go sprint out. Defense roll to 4. So it's going to be pass prevent short. Sprint out. 32. 3. 32. Under sprint out. Oh man, it's incomplete. And a 3 is also incomplete. So an incomplete pass. 4th down and 4. They're going to have to punt. Got to punt. 38. Probably a good punt. 46 yards. So there's 10. 20, 30, 40, 46 is down to the 16-yard line. Well, maybe off a yard or so. Well, hopefully it's the 16-yard line. Somebody will sure tell me. 1st and 10 OU on the 16. Both teams have had one possession here in the second quarter. This is OU's last possession. Let's flip her around here. No score in the ball game. In the bottom of the second quarter, if you will. Let's go option play. And a 12 is going to be standard defense for Penn State. And we have an option 22 and 1. So 22. is, wow, they lost 8 yards. Good penetration by Penn State. And then a 1 is another -1, so -9 yards. So they're on the 16. Should be a 7-yard line. My bad. 2nd and 19. They'll go drop back. And it's a 3, which is going to be a blitz. Good time for a blitz. Drop back pass, 30, 38. And a 3. So let's look at the defense first. 3 is quarterback trap. And then a 38. Drop back is 34 yards. So who wins that one? Green number. I think the QB quarterback trap does. 34 yards, green, and a QT is quarterback trapped. We got to roll again. Look under quarterback trap. Can he escape? Danger. 22. He does not. So say -2 yard. Another 2-yard loss. Down to the 5-yard line. They're going backwards. 3rd and 21 now. We'll go drop back. Drop back in a 6. Pass prevent short. So they're covering that middle. They don't want to make sure nothing short over the middle. 35 and a 3. 3 is incomplete for the defense. 35 is incomplete. Incomplete pass. 4th and a mile. 4th and a mile for OU. They'll punt. No question about that. 22. Punt is 17-yard punt. And out of bounds. He shanked it. That's probably the lowest number he could get. And it is. 17 yards. So there's 10, 20. Actually, we only need to go 17 yards. 17 to right there. 22-yard line. Shanks one, and Penn State is in business. OU with nothing in the 2nd quarter. So Penn State in business here, thanks to the Shankopotamus there. From the OU 22, 1st and 10 Penn State. They're going to go counterplay. And a 1 is a blitz. 30. And a 3. Check the defense. -3. And a 30 is +1, so -2 yards. Both defenses are loaded, like we talked about earlier. And it's showing. Neither offense can get anything going here. And OU even gave Penn State a gift here. See if they can get inside field goal range, inside the 18-yard line. Let's go sprint out. Sprint out on a 20, 2nd and 10, or 2nd and long. And a 20 is going to be short yardage wide. Sprint out. 38. Let's look at the offense. He is 8 yards. And then a 1. Sprint out's a 7, right? Is -3, so 5 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3rd down. I haven't been keeping track here. 3rd down and 7 for Penn State. from the OU 19. And they need 1 yard to get in field goal range. At this rate, a field goal sounds pretty good. Let's go. Let's try that counter again. So it's third and 8. Or 3rd and 7 anyway. 3rd and long. And a 19 is going to be standard defense against a counter. We got a 1, 25, 35. 35 is 2 yards. And against the standard is blank. So 2 yards. Takes them down to the 17. Fourth down and 5 from the 17-yard line. Penn State. So field goal. Maximum is 18, so they're just inside field goal range. You know what? It's 4th and 5. If they don't make it, that's the end of the half anyway. Man, that's a tough decision. You look at these numbers on field goal, and there's not very many. Now, they got to go for it. They have to go. They're not going to punt. It's the end of the half. It's the last play of the half, most likely, unless they get a first down. 4th and 5. Tough call. Do you go drop back? Do you go bootleg? Sprint out? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Call timeout. You talk about it. We're under a timeout. Let's see. What does draw play look like? Option. Could run that option. The drop back just doesn't strike me as being a very good play for them. Man, if you get the sprint out, you got some quarterback runs here. Let's go sprint out. And an 8 is going to be pass prevent short. So call a sprint out. 35. And a 3. 35. Oh, it's going to be incomplete. And a 3. It is also incomplete pass. So that's the end of the half. That was 4th down. We have no score. As we go to the 3rd quarter, Penn State gets the ball first. OU will kick. And we'll roll 34. 34 is a 53-yard kick. 60's to the end zone, so it was a 54 or 53. 34, and I rolled a 53 or 34, and I got a 53. So he catches it at the 7-yard line. Kick return for Penn State, 25. 25 on the kick returns, 18 yards. So to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 Penn State from their own 25. I got such a glare here, it's really hard to see sometimes. And I had to turn one of my lights off, so if it's kind of dark, that's why. I don't have professional lighting. I've said that before. So Penn State, 1st and 10 from their own 25. Let's go line plunge. And 4 is going to be pass prevent long. But they're going to run a line plunge. I'm throwing it. 15. 11-yard gain, looks like. On a line plunge, 11 yards, and then a 2 is blank. So 15-yard gain. Down to the 40-yard line. He's dragged down at the 40. 1st and 10, Penn State. Let's go counter play. And a 20 is going to be short yardage gaps. OU stoning the wall, or trying to stone that line there. 35. And a 3. And I'm going, I said counter, right? Counter. And it's going to be a 1-yard loss. Let's see what the offense was anyway. 35 was a 2. So 1-yard loss. Second down and 11. They are going to go drop back this time. 19 is short yardage wide. So they're spreading out on defense. Going for the drop back. It's Penn State. Maybe they catch them here. 35 and a 2. 2 is blank. 35 is incomplete. That's what you get when you try to throw with Penn State. 3rd down and 11. Is the drive going to stall out here? Oh, let's try it again. Drop back. 6 is going to be pass prevent short. 37. Oh, looks good. 3, let's check the defense. 3 is -6. On a pass prevent short is -6 yards. 37 is 15-yard completion. Minus the 6 is going to be 9, right? A 9-yard gain. So it's going to be 4th and 2. They're on the 30, 39, so 48. That's 48. The black line's the 50. So it was a 15-yard gain minus the 6 is 9 yards. 4th and 2. Man. Defense is playing great. Punt them, back them up. Yep. You got to punt. Sorry, the way this game's going. 38 on a punt is going to be 46 yards and out of bounds, so there's not going to be a return. So 46 yards, they're on the 48. Down to the 6-yard line. That's what I come up with. Yikes. 1st and 10 OU from their own 6. 46-yard punt. Or 6-yard line for OU, 1st and 10. And that's all for Penn State in the 3rd. We're still scoreless. We head to the last half of the 3rd quarter. And that's my down marker. I don't know why I picked it up. 1st and 10. Oklahoma, 1st and 10 with the Let's go option. 19. Short yardage gaps. Option play. 34. 34 is sprint out. We'll go to the sprint out. Let's check the defense. I'm doing this all. I'm not in a rhythm, so bear with me. 1, and option is number 5, so it's 1 yard loss from the defense. We got to go roll again though. 25 under sprint out is 5 yard gain, so 4 yard gain all in total. Up to the 10 yard line, 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, Oklahoma from their own 10. Counter play, sounds good. No, let's run option again. Option again. 6. 6 is D. Pass prevent short. They're running option again. 13. We may have a penalty. No, we didn't have a penalty. Haven't had a penalty yet. 13 plus 3. And then a 2 is blank. So 3 yard gain. Up to the 13. Hey, 3rd down. 3rd and 3. Or actually, yeah. 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3 OU from their own 8 yard line. Sorry, 13. Need to get to the 16. Counter play. Feeling counter. Actually, yeah, we do need to roll. 3rd and 3. And that's going to be a blitz. 30. And a 2. 30 is 2 yards. And then a 2. Oh, wow. 2 on a counter, again, on the blitz, is plus 1. Green 1. Again, 30. So that's 3 yards. 1st down, right on the number they measure it, and he gets it. Still a long ways to go for OU, the way things have been going. A very long ways. So 1st and 10 from the 16. They're going to go drop back. Let me roll that a little better. 6. 6 is pass prevent long. So good call. 33. And a 2. 33. Drop back. It's quarterback trapped. That's what happens. 2 is incomplete. Which one wins out on that? Quarterback trap and incomplete's incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Oh, let's see. Let's try that option again. Kind of liking that option. 18. C is short yardage wide. Probably a good call. 36. And a 3. 36. Option is sprint out. Go to the sprint out and a 2. On a 5. Ooh. 2, and we got the parentheses 1, so it's a 1 yard loss, I'm pretty sure. Because we got down here, okay. If the Austrian play results in an SOP, which it did, the defensive result is automatically overruled. Okay, never mind. We're not playing with a wild card defense, so okay, so they got the sprint out. So it's overruled. It is going to be a sprint out. What happens? 25. 5-yard gain. From the 16 to then down to the 21. And he is dragged down there at the 21. Third and 5. 3rd and 5. Let's go sprint out. Sprint out again. 3rd and 5 and 11. Is pass prevent long. Or pass defense long. So my chart here is 3rd down and 10 or more to 3rd and 6. That's why the pass prevent long is in there, because it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be, I mean, we're talking 1960s football here. You got to remember that. A long pass is like 10 yards. 15 yards is like, that's a bomb. So we got to sprint out. 35. And a 1. That was a 0. 35. Sprint out is incomplete. So, and a 1 here is blank. So incomplete. 4th down. 4th and 5. He sprint out and he threw it. I need a drink. 4th and 5. They'll have to punt. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter on this punt. We have no score, so we'll each get a possession before we go to overtime. So punt for OU is 13. 46 yards down to the 33-yard line. Actually, that's not out of bounds, so they will get to return. Penn State will get a return here. And a 15. Punt return 15 is a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 37-yard line. As we start the 4th quarter, Penn State 1st and 10 from their own 37. And they get the ball. What are they going to run? What do you think, guys? How about Penn State's going to try the option? 18 is going to be short yardage gaps. Option play 32 is sprint out. And a 1 is +2. So defensive results automatically overruled. Okay. So sprint out. 35. Over here, 35. Sprint out is incomplete. All that for an incompletion. 2nd and 10. Now what are you going to do? You're going to do a... We're getting away from our game plan here. Let's go... Let's go line plunge. Just hand off up the middle. 1. 2nd 10, it's going to be a blitz. Line plunge. 23. That's a -1. And then 2 is blank. 3rd and 11. Neither team can go anywhere. 3rd and 11. They had that one big run, and that's it. That's been it. Let's go drop back. 17 is standard. Standard defense versus a drop back. 34. Let me roll the defensive dice here. 1. 34 is going to be incomplete. Yep. 1's blank. So 4, nothing doing. 4th and 11. Penn State will have to punt. Tough sledding. 35. Punt. 33 yards and out of bounds. 33 yards and out of bounds. Down to the 31 of Oklahoma, which equates to a very long ways for them to go. They're going to go with, they're going to go with a counter. 7. Let's see, short yardage wide. Counter play. 35. 35 is 3. 2 is -1. So 2-yard gain. Is that 31, right? 2nd and 8. Now what? 2nd and 8. I like the option. Let's go reverse. End reverse. I don't know if that really means like a reverse. Could just mean like a round the end type deal. 2nd and 8. 7. 7's going to be D. Short yardage pass. 34. And 1. 34 in reverse. Oh, we got a little blank and an asterisk. Not really sure what that means. Plays out of bounds. Okay, so no gain out of bounds is what we have so far. And then a 1. And reverse is 3, so +1. I got a green 1, so 1-yard gain out of bounds. We're not worried about clock here, so 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7. As they get 1, they're going to go option play and an 8 is D pass. Short yardage pass. They're going option. 20. 20 is an 8. 8 yards. They need 7. So 2. 2 and it's a 5 is blank. So they're going to get the first down. They got 8 yards. 5, 6, 7, 8. Get it by a yard. 1st and 10, Oklahoma, from their own 42. And this is to win the ball game. Penn State didn't get anything in their possession of the 4th quarter. So 1st and 10. You got to be careful. Let's go line plunge. Talk about being careful. 6 is they're going to guard against a long pass. Long pass. 25. 3. 25 is 4. 3 is blank. So 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Let's go counter. A 1's going to be a blitz. counter play. 23 and a 3. 23. Oh, 5-yard penalty on the offense. They jumped. Illegal procedure. So 5 yards and replay the down. Did they get 5 on that last play? I can't remember. So I should write it down. So 2nd and 10. I think they got 4 on that. It should be 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. They're going to go option play again. Actually, they're going to go bootleg. Bootleg. 12. 2nd and 11. 12 is the pass. Defense long. We get a 10. Bootleg. Offensive 15 yards. Penalty on the offense. It's a personal foul. Or clipping. And a 1 is going to be blank. So there's no gain. Actually, we need to roll again and find out what happened. So a 35. So it was an incomplete pass. So you want to take the penalty, or you want to make it 3rd and 11, or do you want to make it 2nd and 26? Second and 26 or 3rd and 11? 2nd and 26. 10. And then 5 yards. So 2nd and 26, or actually, no, 36. From the 26-yard line, they need to get to the Penn State 48. So it's going to be drop back pass. 2nd and long. So they're going to go pass defense short. (27) 2. 27's an 8-yard gain, and then a 2 is blank, so an 8-yard gain. No big deal there. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now to up to the 34-yard line. 3rd down. 3rd and long from the 34. They'll go drop back again. 6. It's going to be the same thing. Pass prevent short. 21. 17 yards. And a 1. This is -1. So 16-yard gain. 5, 10, 15, 16. Puts them right on the 50. I know it looks like a half yard, but that's the 50. Is the black line. So 4th down, so they do make up some yardage. 4th and 2 from the 50. They got to get to the 48. And if they don't make it, it'll be overtime. So they're going to go for it. And they're going to run. They're going to run a... They're going to run the counter. Actually, it's 3 yards. No, 2 yards. 4th and 2. So that's going to be... It actually is going to be, I'm going to count it as the same as a 3rd and 2 or less. Line plunge versus a short yardage gaps is what it's going to come out to be. That's what it has to be. 30 line plunge is a 2, which is what they need, 2 yards, and a 1 short yardage gaps versus line plunge is blank. So they get the 2 yards, first down on the Penn State 48. Let's try counter 10. It's going to be standard defense and a counter. 36. Let's roll this. A 2. 36 is 4. It's out of view. I know it's a 4 plus 4, and then a 2 is a -1, so 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7. Try to remember that. I'm going to write that down. 2nd and 7. They need to get to the 38-yard line. 2nd and 7. Let's go counter again. Let's go option. Option 4. 4 is a blitz. Penn State's tired of it. They're bringing it. 35. And a 2. 35 option. Sprint out. And then a 2 is -2. 36 on her sprint out. Wow, it's a 5. Just stuck out there. Let's see if I can move that up without knocking that. It's right there. 36 is a 5. And the defense is nullified on a sprint out, or when you get the sprint out or bootleg option. So it's a 5-yard gain. It was 2nd and 7, so it's 3rd and 2 from the 40. So 3rd and 2 is line plunge versus short yardage gaps. 35. And a 2. 35. Line plunge is a 3-yard gain, and a 2 is a -1, so 2-yard gain. Gets them the first down though. They needed 2. They're getting it right on the money. Just moving the chains. And they're going to go option again. 1st and 10. 17 is going to be short yardage pass defense. Versus the option, 31 and a 1. 31 is a 6 and a 1. Under 5 is a -1, so 5-yard gain. So 2nd and 5. Oklahoma, what's their field goal range? 28 yards. So they're getting close. 2nd down and 5. Let's run the option again. And a 2 is going to be a blitz. Actually, hold on. We got 2nd and 5. A 2 is... Second and 5 is pass prevent long is what it is. 1 to 3 is a pass prevent long because 2nd and 5 is kind of you could go for it. You could throw one deep. You know, 2nd and 5. Really, 2nd and 2 is even more of that type of situation. But Penn State's preventing the long pass here. 22. And they're running the counter, right? Is 6, and then a 2 is blank. So a 6-yard gain, that's going to be a first down. Down to the 27. They're in field goal range. But just barely. So they'll go counter again. A 19 is going to be short yardage gaps. 25 is 2. And a 3 is a 1, so a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9. Oklahoma, 2nd and 9. Let's go. Sprint out. And a 9 on the D20. Pass prevent short. 31. Sprint out. 31. It is quarterback run. And then a 2. Under 7 is loss of 4 yards. But quarterback run and a red number. So you do add it. We got to figure out what the quarterback run is. So we got a loss of 4 so far. 23. And a loss of 8 total. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8. Backing them up. 3rd down and 17. It was 2nd and 9, now it's 3rd and 17. They'll have to go drop back. And an 8. Is going to be pass prevent short. 28. And a 2. 28. Wow. Drop back is 52 yards and out of bounds. This needs to be incomplete here. 2. It's blank. Two would have been incomplete on pass prevent long, but so a green number and a blank is add. So 52 yards into the end zone. If it's longer than what it requires to get in the end zone, it's considered a touchdown. So the long pass into the end zone, and the Sooners win it, and it's caught by Steve Zabel. Makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners. as Penn State didn't think they would go for the deep pass. They thought it was going to be, more of a let's get the first down. But they burn them long, and OU wins it. The inaugural bowl-bound tournament, game 1, goes to Oklahoma. Sorry. And they're going to win at 6-0. They don't need to kick the extra point. So they beat Penn State 6-0. It was a defensive struggle. Neither team could get anything going. Till that last drive, finally OU methodically drives down the field, running the ball left, right, left, right. They get stuffed. It was 3rd and 17. And they throw a deep one into the end zone, and it's caught by Steve Zabel for the touchdown. Now, maybe you would have called pass prevent long. Maybe you would have called against the long pass, but the D20's calling it for both teams, and it came up short yardage or short pass prevent. Pass prevent short. I hate the word prevent on here because it sounds like prevent defense when that's not what it is. It's defending against a short pass, defending against a long pass is what it is. And OU got the lucky roll, really, because if you look at all their numbers, 52, they got the lucky roll there on a 28. Everything else is going to be, there's a 27, there's an 18, there's a 34 way down here, but 13, 6, 10, 17, 15, 11, 14, interception, quarterback trap, penalty, quarterback trap. We did have one penalty, 2 penalties. I think there was an offsides or legal procedure, and then either block in the back, offensive 15-yard penalty, so it's block in the back, or maybe a personal foul on the offense, something to that nature. So there was a couple penalties. So the next game up is going to be this one, Purdue and Stanford. You got Bob Greasy versus Jim Plunkett. That'll be my next game, and that'll be the next thing I do. So until then, you guys have a great day. Take care. Hope you enjoyed this bowl bound. Till next time, God bless.